alone has been the most challenging part of my divorce. It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close and I could, pick up the phone and call her. So, therapy, journaling, spending time with myself. Solitude is not a punishment. And I've learned a lot about myself.
Y'all, it seems like Tia Mowry is having second thoughts about her divorce from Cory Hardrict, and the streets are buzzing with speculation. One moment she's talking about loving her independence, and the next, she's dropping some not-so-subtle hints about loneliness. Could this mean she's regretting the decision to walk away? Or is there something deeper going on here that none of us saw coming? Well, grab your popcorn because this tea is piping hot, and we're breaking it all down today. All right, let's rewind a bit. In October 2022, Tia and Cory shocked everyone when they announced their split after 14 years of marriage. The announcement was civil, even heartfelt, with Tia sharing on Instagram that they had decided to go their separate ways due to irreconcilable differences. She kept it classy, telling fans this was a tough but necessary decision. Fast forward to April 2023, and the divorce was finalized with no drama, or so we thought. Tia got the house, the credit card points, and joint custody of their 2 kids. Simple, right? But here's the twist. Shortly after the paperwork was signed, Tia started talking about how happy she was to be on her own. She described the divorce as a graduation and said marriage was like a curriculum she had completed. People clapped, cheered her on, and even dragged Cory in the process, claiming he'd been living off Tia's success for years. Ouch. But then something shifted. Over the past few months, Tia's tune has changed dramatically. On Instagram, she's been posting about solitude, co-parenting struggles, and, yes, loneliness. And let's be real, this isn't the confident, self-assured Tia we saw last year. For example, on Christmas Eve 2024, she shared a post about how challenging it was to co-parent during the holidays. She admitted it was lonely at times and said that being a single mom felt different and challenging. Then there was that lengthy Instagram confession where Tia revealed she'd never really been alone until now. Growing up as a twin and always being surrounded by family and work commitments, solitude was a foreign concept to her. She's now calling it an opportunity to recharge. But if you read between the lines, it's giving, I miss having someone to lean on. Meanwhile, Cory has been the epitome of unbothered, at least publicly. He's kept his head down, focused on his career, and avoided saying anything negative about Tia. In fact, he's gone out of his way to praise her as the mother of his children and said he wants her to win, even though the divorce was incredibly painful for him. Y'all, he admitted in an interview that he cried himself to sleep for over a year after the split. Imagine losing your family and then getting dragged by the internet for months while your ex is out here thriving. That's rough. But here's the gag. Cory's career has taken off since the divorce. He landed his biggest payday yet with Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black and has several other projects lined up. He's thriving, y'all. And some folks are saying Tia might be noticing. Now let's talk about how people are reacting to all this. When Tia first announced the divorce, the public rallied around her. She was praised for choosing her happiness, and Cory was painted as a freeloader who benefited from Tia's fame and fortune. Remember that old story about Cory allegedly collecting unemployment checks when they first met? People brought that up to suggest he'd been riding Tia's coattails from the jump. But now, the narrative is shifting. With Tia's constant posts about loneliness and Cory's glow-up, people are starting to wonder if Tia regrets her decision. Some are even calling her out for oversharing, saying it's giving, I want my man back vibes. And honestly, can we blame them? When you go from celebrating your freedom to posting about how hard it is to co-parent during the holidays, it's hard not to wonder what's really going on. So, does Tia want Cory back? Let's dissect the clues. First, there's the timing. Cory's career is booming, and he's getting a lot of positive press for how gracefully he handled the divorce. Meanwhile, Tia's posts are leaning heavily into themes of regret and self-reflection. Coincidence? Maybe. But the streets are saying it's more likely that Tia is realizing the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Then there's Cory's reaction. While he's kept things respectful, sources close to him have said he was devastated by the divorce and that it broke his trust. If Tia wants to reconcile, she's going to have to work hard to rebuild that trust. And honestly, would Cory even take her back? Some people think he's moved on and is too focused on his career to revisit the past. Others believe there's still a spark, especially given how much Cory values family. As of now, Tia is still sharing her journey of self-discovery on social media, and Cory is staying booked and busy. Whether or not they reconcile remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: this story is far from over. Tia's fans are rooting for her, but they're also keeping a close eye on her posts for any more signs of regret. And as for Cory, well, he's showing everyone that sometimes the best revenge is success. Y'all, divorce is never easy, especially when it plays out in the public eye. Whether Tia and Cory find their way back to each other or continue to thrive separately, we're wishing them both the best. But let's be honest, this tea isn't cooling down anytime soon, so stay tuned for more updates. In the meantime, let me know what y'all think. Is Tia giving "I want him back" energy, or are people reading too much into it? And do you think Cory should even consider a reconciliation? Sound off in the comments below.